Okay. How are you doing today, Paige?
I'm alright. How about you?
Good. It's so good to see you. Thanks for coming in today.
Yeah.
So the purpose of our session today is partly just for me to get to know you better and for you to get to know me better. And I know you might have some negative feelings even about being here, and I want you to know that that's okay. And I do want to hear what that experience is like for you. But I do want to just give you a chance and a space here to talk and to feel like you can ask me questions about the process. I want to hear from you today as much as you're comfortable. And I first just need to say that everything you say here is totally confidential. It won't be shared with anyone else, with anyone in your life, unless you wanted it to be shared. And the only instances in which I would have to share anything that you've told me is if you inform me that you are considering hurting yourself or someone else, or if I would need to seek guidance from my supervisor just to better help us come up with some ways of problem solving together. Do you have any questions about that?
No, I understand.
Okay. Well, first, I just want to ask you, do you know why the court has asked you to be here today?
So I think my neighbor called somebody and said that I wasn't taking care of my baby right. I have this 6-month-old girl that me and my boyfriend had, and he just recently left, and so I don't know. I don't really think I should be here, but I think my neighbor snitched on me and said I wasn't taking care of my baby right.
Okay. Well, you're right. Your neighbor was one of the individuals that shared that she had some concerns, and so yeah, you're right on in terms of that. How does that make you feel, knowing that she shared that information with others?
I don't know. It's not any of her business. Plus, I don't want everyone knowing or thinking that I'm not taking care of my baby right.
Yeah, that's really understandable. Absolutely, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, well, just so that we are both on the same page, just to review the goals that the court has set for us and kind of their perspective on why we're meeting together. First is to make sure that your child is safe and taken care of, but also to make sure that you feel comfortable taking care of her and that you have any support that you need in that. And then also to connect both of you to any resources that you might need. So we'll talk about that more later. But Paige, I also want to help you accomplish any goals that you might have, because I know that you're giving up time to kind of meet with me, and that's not maybe the most comfortable thing to do. So I want you to feel like you get something out of our time together. What goals or dreams do you have?
Well, I never finished college, and so I think I'd like to go get my bachelor's degree at least, and because it's hard to find a job. I'm unemployed too, so I'd like to get a degree, and if not a degree, at least find a job.
Yeah, that's a great goal. That's awesome. What would you like to study?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe business.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good.
I might like to be an entrepreneur.
Very, very cool. And if you could, have a certain kind of business, what kind of business would you love to have one day?
I don't know. I've always liked jewelry, and I can kind of make jewelry. I think I'm pretty good at it, so maybe something like that.
Yeah, that's great. Would it sound okay to you if we, at some point, also talked about some ways that maybe we could help you accomplish that goal of getting back to school?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, awesome. That sounds really good. Okay, before we wrap up, I'd love to hear what are some strengths that you feel that you have, and this could be in any area of your life. What are you good at?
Well, I'm very crafty. I'm good at making jewelry, and I can be creative, and when I have a passion for something, I can be very driven and stubborn and accomplish goals.
Okay. So it sounds like you're kind of task-oriented in that if you have something before you that you really want to do, that you'll put your mind to it and accomplish that. Okay, as you think about your daughter and that area of your life, what would you say are some strengths that you have in that area of your life?
Some strengths with my daughter? Well, I try to feed her when she's hungry. And it's hard, she's crying a lot, and I don't ever know what she's crying about. But I try to let her sleep, like keep things quiet around the house when she's sleeping. And I don't know, I don't really know that much about raising babies because this is my first one, and my cousin wasn't expecting this baby, so I don't really know what I'm doing that well, but yeah, I try to do the best I can.
Yeah, that's really good. Even just being mindful of things like when she's sleeping, keeping the house quiet, that's one way that you're protecting her as a mother, and that's really, really good. Okay, and how would you describe right now your relationship with your daughter? What feelings come up as you think of her? What does that look like right now?
Well, honestly, just between you and me, I don't feel like I love her. Like, it's just draining and it's frustrating. She's always crying and I don't know why, and I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't really seem to feel like any kind of strong love or attachment for her.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely.
She eats up all my time.
Yeah, and that's not an unusual feeling to have as a new mother. I would be hard-pressed to think of anyone that went through periods of time like that. So first of all, know that it's okay that you feel like that, and we're going to talk through some ways that you can cope with that and feel so that you don't feel drained all the time, because that's not fun either. Okay, and then one more question for you. Just to get a picture of any support network that you have in your life, who are some people or do you have any people in your life that are supportive and that you can reach out to if you need help?
I have some friends. I've lost some friends because of the baby. It's like people don't want to have to deal with that anymore. But I have some friends who have stuck with me, and my mom lives not far from here. So yeah, I have some people.
Okay, that's good. So it sounds like it's been hard maybe to lose some relationships just as you've gone through a hard transition. That must be really hard to have lost some of those supportive friends. Okay. Yeah. Do you have any questions for me before we end today?
No, not that I can think of right now.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for being here, Paige, and I'll see you next time you come.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so with this client, I was able to show rolling with some of the resistance that she showed about not wanting to be here at all. Initially, she expressed that she didn't feel like it was right for her to have to come here. She felt some negative feelings toward her neighbor who had been the one to kind of turn her in as far as being neglectful towards her child. I was able to affirm some of the client's strengths that she expressed and affirmed her feelings and concerns about the process. I used reflective listening by paraphrasing and showing some insight into what the client might be feeling. And then I tried to use open-ended questions throughout the session. So, all right, thank you.